Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Avatar Wolf, and we're here for week 14, Potter.
I know. Dude, Baker Mayfield's a Ram.
And we'll be talking about the Rams actually on Thursday Night Football when we get to that game real quickly. That's the first game we'll be talking about, though. But
Reggie Ragland is playing in the NFL again? What the hell is going on?
what team did he go on?
He was on the Raiders practice squad and he got picked up by, I want to say Dallas.
A lot of
I'm
interesting
unsure.
things. A lot of interesting things happening in the NFL this year, Potter.
I know, it's crazy.
Let's just get started here. Let's get to the first game. The Raiders at the Rams. Do you think Baker Mayfield's starting for the Rams?
I mean, he just got picked up. How fast can he really learn it?
So it's going to be Wolford under center then if it's not going to be Baker Mayfield.
I didn't say that he wouldn't play. I just don't think that it's going to be,
The whole story right now for this game is that the Rams are injured the hell. They don't have Cooper Kupp anymore. They don't have Stafford. Aaron Donald's out for this game as well. The Raiders, they should have Josh Jacobs for this game. I mean, Josh Jacobs has had he's been having a great season this year, and the only reason he's not really in a playoff talks or whatever else have you is because of their head coaching situation. But Josh Jacobs has been carrying the Raiders team this season to a 5-7 record. He's in the MVP category talks as well as the non-quarterback player that should get it.
absolutely.
Who do you think's gonna win this game, Potter?
It's really this is a tough game, but the Raiders are doing really bad.
They won their last three games.
Who are they playing?
They played the Broncos. They beat the Broncos. They beat the Seahawks, and they beat the Chargers. Now they're facing the Rams.
Mm-hmm. The Rams with no quarterback, no Cooper Kupp,
no Aaron Donald.
No Aaron Donald. Just to clarify, Reggie Ragland was signed by the Browns off the Raiders practice squad.
We'll have to talk about that more when we get to the Browns game. But
fair.
I'm gonna say this: I don't think the Rams actually have a chance this game. I think the Raiders.
I'm gonna take the Raiders.
Just how are you gonna stop Josh Jacobs and then Devontae Adams? If they throw the ball to Devontae Adams, it works well for them. Last week they got him involved in the offense, and the Chargers can do anything really to stop him. That's the whole thing about
That's the thing. They couldn't do anything to stop him.
8 catches for 177 yards. How do you stop that?
I know how to stop that. But again, I'm not an NFL coach, but I'd put my best fucking cornerback on him. That's just my first thought. This is my first thought.
But sometimes the Raiders don't use their fucking their fucking receiver.
And it was funny that he downgraded playing against Jalen Ramsey so hard during the week. He kept saying it was going to be a great match. And you know what? It was for him. It was for Adams because he got burned. Jalen Ramsey got burned all up and down that fucking field this weekend.
Well, they didn't play yet, technically. They're playing on Thursday. Ramsey's on the Rams, don't forget.
Yeah, he's downplaying it, though. He's downplaying this matchup versus Ramsey. And I think that Devontae Adams very well can prove that it doesn't matter who he plays against.
I just think the Raiders have a better shot winning without no quarterback, without no Cooper Kupp, without no Aaron Donald. The Rams are just kind of in a sea lost in the ocean in the NFC West. And yeah, so just give me the Raiders. Up next, we got the New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills. The Jets coming off a big loss to the Minnesota Vikings, 27-22. The Bills coming off a big win against the Patriots, but they did lose Von Miller to the season.
Yes, they did. And I do want to talk a little bit about Mike White. Last week you did, and I didn't want to hear you. And I'm sorry for that. But it has become very clear in New York that Mike White's the guy. I think the team's behind him, the coaching staff's behind him, the fans are fucking behind him. And if you go ahead and you make that, if Mike White does bad this week and they make another change at quarterback, what does that say about the coaching staff of the Jets?
Here's the thing: if you're the Jets, you do not want another quarterback change because you don't want that pesky kid, Zach Wilson, having having a little thing over your coaching staff and over your franchise. Because I feel like Zach Wilson's the type of freaking frat boy that actually have like problems with if you bench him and then your backup does even worse than him.
I think he's done.
I think
Mike
Wilson's done.
Mike White continues to play good, and that sucks because I mean Zach Wilson was supposed to, and again I'll say it like I always say it. It's hard to play quarterback in a New York-based football team because they are such, what's the word I want to use? They're so critical of quarterback play. But any of the football teams, especially like the Jets, the Bills, any New York team, the Giants, the quarterback play is definitely going to be the subject if the team is failing.
So if you're the Jets and you're going into this game against Buffalo, you want to beat them the way you beat them in New York. You want to run the ball and make it where your quarterback has less passes and less chance to throw. And they're going to be playing in the snow in Orchard Park, by the way. If you're Buffalo, you just want Josh Allen not to have a bad game because that's what happened last time against the Jets. The only reason Buffalo lost that game is because Josh Allen was just playing tremendously terrible that game against the Jets. I can see Buffalo winning this game. Not even because I'm a Bills fan, but because Buffalo needs it more right now. They're in a freaking grueling matchup right now for the AFC East against the Dolphins, and they just got the first seed back in the AFC. I don't think they want to lose that seed, and they want to take home field advantage going into the playoffs. So I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to beat the Jets. However, I am kind of downplaying what the Jets need because the Jets absolutely need this game too. They need to win this game as well to stay in their playoffs hopes, keep their playoff hopes alive. But if I'm a Jets fan right now, I would be freaking thrilled with how they're playing this season. They might not have it this season and make the playoffs this season, but next year you guys should actually obviously have a chance to win the division or at least make the playoffs in that matter. So, but give me Buffalo beat the Jets. I'm a Bills fan, so of course that's what I'm going to say. Mike White needs to actually prove himself against a legit good defense, and still, in my opinion. I know he went against the Vikings. He threw 367 or 60-something yards, but he still had 2 interceptions. He didn't get the job done when he needed to get the job done most of all. He needs to win this game against the Bills if he wants to be labeled a legit, okay, we gotta take him seriously type of quarterback, in my opinion. Like I said last week. But I just don't see Buffalo losing twice to the Jets. I'm sorry. Give me Buffalo. Potter, what's your opinion?
I have to agree. Give me Buffalo. I don't think that, but there's a small, slim chance that if they do everything they did right last time they played us, I'm still going to take Buffalo. But the phenomenon around Mike White is just different.
I'm going to say this as well. Buffalo.
I have to take a short break because all that stuff that I told you about is happening now, and I'll be right back.
I'm going to say this too. The Jets got lucky playing against the Bills without Jordan Poyer on the lineup. It showed with the tackling for the Bills. I mean, the run plays where the safety would come in there and stop the running back. Poyer gets the job done most times out of 10. I don't see the Jets actually getting some breakaway runs like they did against the Bills the first time they met. And Poyer should be playing in this game for the Bills. And yes, Jet fans, like I just said, you guys should be happy about that, but I just don't see you guys winning this game against the Bills, especially a healthy Bills team. Even though they lost Von Miller, I don't think Von Miller is the end of the world for this Bills defense.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jets fans. As much as I've been wanting to root for you guys, I can't. Not in this game. You guys are going to lose this game, and the Buffalo Bills are going to show the reason why Mike White isn't ready yet, regardless if they're choosing him to be the guy going forward or not, and that's the last thing I'm going to say. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
It's funny, we're talking about the Bills, and the Sabres are right now playing, and it's 4-0, I believe, against the Blue Jackets right now, shockingly. But let's go to the next game here. We got the Browns at the Bengals. Browns coming off a win against the... Yeah, 4-0. Browns coming off a win against the Texans. I mean, any team can beat the Texans, so take that as you will. They're taking on the Bengals, who came off a big win against the Chiefs. Man, Burrow has still not yet in his career beaten the Browns, I believe. The Browns have beaten the Bengals every time they've played against each other with Joe Burrow as the quarterback. Last time the Browns won in Cleveland, 32-13. Will the Browns be able to do it again with Watson in their center? Is the question. Boy, it's so hard to take against this Bengal team because this Bengal team's rolling into this game here. I mean, after the loss to the Browns, they've won 4 straight, completely destroying teams. I mean, they beat the Chiefs in a game that was very close, and like the Chiefs are a good team and whatnot. But like Burrow has this team like purring at a whole nother level. So are the Browns gonna be able to keep their undefeated streak alive against the Bengals? I'm gonna say no, for the simple fact that the Bengals are rolling into this game and they want to like prove something against the Bengals, against the Browns right now. They're gonna want to beat the Browns senseless for what they did against them in Week 8. I just don't see the Browns having really much of a chance. And I don't know about this or not, but I think the Browns don't really have a chance to make the playoffs after this. I kind of want to get a playoff. Hold on, NFL playoff predictor. I just want to see if the Browns can win out, can they make the playoffs? That's my whole question right now. So let's just say continue. Oh, okay, I see. You want me to stop ads. Got it. All right. I turned off it. Thank you. Okay. So the next week, let's just say the Browns win. Browns win. I don't see the Browns. Where are the Browns? Oh, Browns win. Browns win. Browns win. So if they go 10-7, there's actually a good chance. I mean, I have to like randomize this if I really wanted to. But like, how will we be able to get the Browns go 10-7? They can somehow win they can somehow win, like maybe get a playoff spot. They actually can beat these teams right here, like I just mentioned. But it's gonna be tough for the Browns. They need to win out, and they got some few good tough games. I mean, they got the Bengals, and they got the Ravens, Saints, Commanders, and Steelers. And Steelers are gonna be tough for the Browns no matter what when you play them. Give me the Bengals to win this game. I don't think the Browns actually have a chance against the Bengals. And like I said, I think Joe Burrow just on a whole nother level, and thinking the Browns to beat the. I'm taking the Bengals to beat the Browns. Up next, we got the Houston Texans going on the Dallas Cowboys in a battle of Texas. This isn't even a contest. Give me the Cowboys. What we should be predicting is how many points they're going to score against the Texans. I'm going to guess at least 30. The Texans are just not there. They're not here yet. They're tanking for number 1 draft pick, and they're going to try and get a quarterback probably in the draft. So give me the Cowboys beat the Texans. Up next, we have the Vikings at the Lions. This is going to be a close game because the Lions are coming in swinging, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the last 2 weeks they've shown up on offense. I mean, last week they completely dominated the Jaguars in ways we have never seen, but they're taking on the 10-2 Vikings, and the Vikings came off a big win against the Jets, and they won against the Patriots and the Bills and whoever else they played. Man, the Vikings, I think, are the clear favorites to win this game. However, I do not expect this to be an easy win for the Vikings. I took the Lions to keep it close. When was the first time they played against each other? The first time they played against each other, the Lions actually lost to the Vikings 28-24. I think it's going to be a close game like that again. I think the Lions are, they're actually 2.5. Shockingly enough, I don't expect this to be I expect this to be a close contest. I expect the Lions and Vikings to go head to head with each other, clashing bulls, let's just say. And I expect the Vikings to come out on top because they need to win more, I guess, for the NFC title race against the Eagles. I don't think they'll get the first overall seed, but they're gonna still try and get it. As for the Lions, I think a loss right here, get a better draft pick, maybe open up your defense a little bit. I mean, Jared Goff's playing really well right now. I can't say anything bad about Goff, but we'll have to see when it comes up to it because Goff. It all depends on what you see with Goff. Goff is not a elite quarterback by any means, so when the game comes down to it, he usually throws picks, even though he might have one of the best offenses in the league whenever they're fully healthy. But yeah, give me the Vikings. Up next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Or no, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. This should be a close contest just because of the fact that they're both division rivals. Trevor Lawrence's questionable play with a leg injury. The Titans coming off a big loss against the Eagles. I think the Titans win this game in Nashville. I don't think there's really much to talk about here. I mean, the Jaguars are just not good this season. And if they don't have Trevor Lawrence on the field, it's even easier to pick Titans because I think the Titans would be just easier to win this game just straight out. So give me the Titans to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. Up next, we got a division rivalries. We have the Eagles taking on the New York Giants. Oh boy. The Giants are +7 in the spread. And good reason for it. The Eagles have completely dominated the last few games they played. Well, at least they dominated the Titans they played. They kept it close with the Packers and Colts somehow. But yeah, progress as you will. Right now, this division is the Eagles' division to lose. They're just trying to keep wins here, but I will not be surprised if the Giants pull a miracle out of the hat and beat the Eagles. I'm just being honest with you guys. I can see the Giants coming out here and actually punching the Eagles in the mouth and taking the win. However, it's not that easy to beat this Eagles team, and I think the Eagles are easily favored to win this game against the Giants. All it's going to come down to is if this man, Jalen Hurts, is actually the real deal, in my opinion. If Jalen Hurts comes out and balls out against the Giants, it should be an easy win for the Eagles. But if he doesn't, expect a fist fight. Like I've been saying lately, division rival games, they're always a freaking fight. They're always a cluster fight. They're always banging with each other. Winner, 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 take it all. Whoever wins, take it all. Shit like that. I'm taking the Giants. You know what? I'm going to go with the upset. I'm taking the Giants to beat the Eagles. Why? Division rivals. Secondly, Brian DeBall's big game here to show that the Giants are legit a team this season. If the Giants can beat the Eagles, it would be tremendous right now for the Giants season. I think their actual playoff team right now are the Giants just alone, and that's why I think this is going to be a close contest. I don't think the Eagles actually completely dominating this game. I think the Eagles they're a good team. I've been saying, however, before that they haven't really faced anyone to note, though, and I've been saying that might be a problem for them going forward when they get into the playoffs, when they actually face legit NFC teams. They might actually fold. I think the Giants actually could pull away for a win here because here's the thing. If the Eagles do lose the game, they're kind of tied with the Vikings. I don't know who wins the tiebreaker for the NFC first seed, but if the Giants can win this, I think the Eagles and Vikings will be even more closer and it'd be even more interesting in that first seed spot. So give me the Giants to beat the Eagles. Up next, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is such a tough contest because here's the problem with this game here. Lamar Jackson's questionable play for an actual leg injury. He got injured last week against the Broncos in a 10-9 win. So can Taylor Huntley get the job done with Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers is the question here. And my thing right now is that if they're taking on the actual Steeler defense I love and know, I don't think they can beat them. I think Pittsburgh can actually pull out a win here and get themselves closer to being positive in the positive into a winning season this year. I feel freaking dumb saying this, but I think the Steelers are going to actually end the season off positive. With their last game, like look at their schedule right now. There's a chance the Steelers can go actual positive this season. And them taking on Tyler Huntley's Ravens could really help them right now. With Lamar Jackson out, there's a possibility they could win this game, and they could beat the Panthers, and they could also beat the Raiders. And the Steelers could also beat the Browns as well. I don't know how they would actually be able to do it, but if they want to do it, they have to win this game against the Ravens. I'm taking the Steelers to beat the Ravens. Without Lamar Jackson, the Ravens are hurt. The Steelers have been more than healthy this season with TJ Watt back on the defense. Kenny Pickett's starting to get into a rhythm as well. Najee Harris is showing off a little bit as well last week in that win against the Falcons. Give me the Steelers to beat the Ravens. Up next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. Nasty Nate! Gonna be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. I am gonna be honest with you guys. I expect a blowout by the Chiefs here. The Chiefs should easily beat the Broncos. Russell Wilson's gonna be completely shocked and dead, and it's gonna be an easy match for the Chiefs to win this game, in my opinion. There is a possibility though that the Broncos can somehow pull out a win against the Chiefs, because they haven't lost a division game yet. Have the Chiefs? I don't believe they have. At least let me look. No, they have not lost a division game yet. And there's a possibility. I always say this about the Chiefs. They always lose one. Which one are they going to lose to? Are they going to lose one to the Broncos? Is it going to be this game? Is it going to be week 17 against the Broncos? Or is it going to be week 18 against the Raiders in Las Vegas? And judging on that type of thinking, I would normally take the actual Denver Broncos to beat the Chiefs. But I'm not trusting Nasty Nate to get the job done. I don't trust them at all to get the job done. So, for once in my life, I think the Chiefs are going to actually roll through the division. So, give me the Chiefs to beat the Broncos easily in Denver, and it's not even much of a contest, ladies and gentlemen. Give me Kansas City over Denver. I don't know where my actual co-host is. I hope he's actually fine doing whatever he has to do. But up next, we got the Buccaneers at the San Francisco 49ers. Tom Brady against the best defense in the NFL and the Niners. The Niners last week showed us why they're the best defense by shutting down Tua and that explosive Miami Dolphin offense. This week they take on the old veteran and Tom Brady, who's still trying to make a playoff push for the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers are going to win the division easily, even if they lose this game to the Niners. And I think the Niners actually have the advantage over Tampa Bay. So the whole story right now is that Jimmy Garoppolo's injured. He's out with a broken ankle, but that Brock Purdy guy came in against the Dolphins. I watched the game in whole. The kid's not bad. He's not bad, ladies and gentlemen. He actually played really well for coming in there for a hurt Jimmy Garoppolo. He played really well. He actually won the game for the Niners, in my opinion, because if he did not play that well, it was going to be a big win by the Dolphins. But, I mean, let's be honest here. Brock Purdy kept it close. He actually played really well. He threw one interception, that's fine, but 210 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, a good completion percentage as well. I think Brock Purdy could actually pull the Niners out into a playoff win this year if he actually gets the same help from his defense and the same help from his skill position players. But you're taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs are right now in... This is what I want to call Tom Brady playoff form. And remember that is that late in the season, Tom Brady is going to start getting something going here. Brady is never always dead in the NFL, and we know this from past experiences. And I could see the Buccaneers coming into San Fran and beating the Niners, especially with Brock Purdy, a rookie quarterback, under center. I know the Buccaneers have injuries. I get it. But they should be able to beat Brock Purdy's Niners. So I'm going to take the Buccaneers over the Niners. Only for the fact that Brock Purdy is going to be the quarterback. And I think a really good defense that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know they haven't been playing great defense this season, but they're still at least decent. They should be able to get the job done against the Niners. However, I don't know if Brady is going to do good against the defense. That's the only problem I'm going to have with it, is that if Nick Bosa and that Niner defense completely chop up Brady, then it's a wrap. But as long as that does not happen, I can see the Buccaneers win this game against the Niners. Up next, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Seattle Seahawks. Carolina is going fully in on Sam Darnold here. They won last time, week 12 against the Denver Broncos 23 to 10. They're looking to beat a Seattle team that just beat the Rams in a close skid match with Geno Smith. So we got Sam Darnold versus Geno Smith. Former Jet quarterback versus former Jet quarterback. Oh, man. What are we going to see here? I'm going to take the Seahawks to win. The Panthers are kind of out of the playoffs this year, and they're kind of just like seeing what works and what doesn't work at this point. They want to see if Sam Darnold is the guy for them, and that's why they're really testing him this season. And I think they actually do believe in Sam Darnold if they're getting rid of Baker Mayfield. So I think since they got rid of Baker Mayfield, I think they got their guy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Seahawks to beat the Panthers because, I mean, Sam Darnold, I like Sam Darnold. I think he's a good quarterback, but I think the Seahawks are just a bad team in general this year. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. The running game is really good for the Seahawks as well. I can't remember the actual running back's name. Waller III, really good running back as well. Noah Fant's a really good tight end. This team is low. They also got, is this Marquise Godwin? Yes, they have Marquise Godwin as well on the team. So yeah, of course, former Bill player. I'm gonna take the Seahawks over the Panthers to beat Sam Darnold's Panthers. Sunday Night Football, we got the Miami Dolphins at the Los Angeles Chargers. I said last week that if Miami wanted to prove themselves, they had to go in there and beat the San Francisco 49ers, a legit defense. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I was not impressed by the Dolphins completely smacking smaller teams like the Bears, like the Lions. Even though the Lions kept it close, they're still Lions. The Lions will fight for any team this year, let's be honest here. They're better than what people think. But against the Browns, against the Texans, these wins do not impress me. Against the Steelers, you win 16-10 against the Steelers. So I was hoping that Tua was going to prove me wrong by beating the Niners, and the Niners defense completely shut him down. And now Tua's on the questionable status list of injuries, and so is Jalen Waddle. You see, if this was a good Charger team that was at least maybe, let's just say, 8-4, I'd take the Chargers to win this game. I'm not even joking. But the Chargers are not that good this season either. They're 6-6. I believe Herbert's playing injured with a broken ribs or whatever, and that's why he's not playing the best. Derwin James is also questionable playing this game. Joey Bosa is still in IR. I mean, the Chargers are injured to hell. This should be a game the Dolphins win. I mean, I expect the Dolphins to win this game, so I'm going to take the Dolphins to beat the Chargers, but if they do not beat the Chargers, there is a serious problem, Miami, because you got Buffalo next week. And this is not the Bills that's going to be in the freaking heat getting tired out. This is going to be in Buffalo this time. You need to figure out your shit right now, Dolphins, if you want to actually compete against them. Because if you go against Buffalo and you lose to the Chargers, Buffalo might not even take you seriously. I expect Buffalo to wipe the floor if you guys lose to the Chargers. I'm not even joking. But I hope you guys actually do win this game, because I want the Buffalo game that's going to be on prime time on Saturday Night Football. I want it to be a close game. I want it to be a good game. I actually want to see the Dolphins and Bills completely blow each other up and actually fight. So please beat the Chargers for my sake, so you guys actually get expelled by the Bills on Saturday night. But if you were going to tell me, if you want to tell me you're going to take the Chargers, I'd actually understand this, because I think the Chargers could actually win this game. But they're not as good as what they used to be in the past. I think Justin Herbert is not right there yet, right now, because he's injured. So give me the Dolphins over the Chargers. Last but not least, Monday Night Football. We got the New England Patriots at the Arizona Cardinals. New England coming off a big loss to Buffalo, 24-10. It was not even a question. It was not even a contest really in that game. The Cardinals, I believe they lost their last game, but they were on the bye week last week. Both teams lose. In all seriousness, this should be a game the Arizona Cardinals win. I don't think I think Kyler Murray's gonna be playing, first of all. I think this is gonna be Kyler Murray's first win with Warzone 2 being out. Congratulations, Kyler Murray. You won a game with Warzone 2 being out. Congrats. But I just don't really see New England being that serious. And I know there's a lot of people putting more money on the Patriots to win this game. And I can understand that, but at the same time, I'm just not really impressed, I guess you can say, with the Patriots. And I know their defense is going to be decent and all right. They're not playing against a legit offense in the Cardinals, but just Arizona does not impress me. Now that I'm saying this out loud, I might take the Patriots. Because the Patriots actually have a chance to make the playoffs and Cardinals don't, in my honest opinion. But I just see the Cardinals being the better team here and beating Patriots in Arizona. I think both teams are kind of just... I think Kyler Murray and the Cardinals are kind of giving up. And I think the Patriots are close to giving up as well. Especially after what happened in that Bills game. I mean, with Mac Jones yelling at his offense coordinator to throw the ball more. So give me the Cardinals over the Patriots. That is gonna do it for our prediction video. I'm sorry it was just me for most of the picks here. I know my partner went and did something, and he's probably gonna have to tell his picks later on, or he'll probably say it in the comments section below. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys picked. Let me know if you guys actually choose differently. Let me know what you guys think of the games, and I'll see you for week 15. I'm guessing my partner will be back for week 15 at least. Have a good night, guys, and I'll take care. See you later.